Welcome back to another edition, the morning edition of your infotainment. This is Kelly Nash, your host, and big day yesterday on MAGA media. Wherever you get your MAGA info, are you a truth socialist? Are you a Xer? Are you a Facebooker? Or do you just go to Fox News or Newsmax? Wherever you go, everybody in the MAGA base was basically against the Trump administration. Because after all this buildup, not just during the election season, but after getting into office, the Trump administration, specifically Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, and Kash Patel, have all been saying similar things, that when we finally are able to release the Epstein files, it's horrific. And then they came out and said, you know what? After looking a little deeper, there's really nothing there. All the computer files that you saw being escorted, remember the FBI just marching out of Epstein's house with like just thousands of boxes, it seemed, of what was considered very valuable information. Turns out that's all just child porn. Not child porn in the sense that Epstein is on it or that other people, because that's always been the allegation. Some of the biggest names, the most powerful names in the business world, the political world, people like Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, those types of people, that they're involved in this because they were going to Epstein's little island. And other people. I mean, it's a lot of senators, those types of people. Now we're told there's nothing on those files except he just downloaded child porn. I mean, that's horrific. But it doesn't change the fact that you said that there was going to be some things in there that would shock us. And now you're saying there's not. And then yesterday, there was a cabinet meeting, and I love the fact that Donald Trump brings the press in and lets them ask questions. And he's talking about all the stuff, Texas, and he's talking about, some of his victories and blah, blah, blah. And a reporter asked a really good question. On the Epstein tape from the prison where he allegedly committed suicide, there's 1 minute unaccounted for. Do we know what happened in that 1 minute? Can you explain why there's a minute missing from the prison footage? And B, the original prosecution, because remember, Epstein was prosecuted twice, or was about to be prosecuted a second time when he allegedly committed suicide. The first time was down in Florida, and the district attorney at the time has told people that he was told that Epstein was working for the federal intelligence agencies. Do we have any indication that Epstein was actually working in conjunction with either the CIA or FBI, and Donald Trump didn't want to talk about it?
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
It may be unbelievable, but it's actually not unbelievable. And I think Donald Trump realized that, as he probably just frequents Truth Social, and saw that his MAGA base is not letting it go. Because, again, we do not – if there are rich, powerful people doing very disgusting things and getting away with it, that is totally against MAGA. And if there's Republicans on that list, we want them in jail. We want everybody involved in jail. And yet it seems that we're not going to get anything. So Donald Trump, master showman, probably watched that for several hours playing out on his social media pages. And then it had enough and said, we're going to change the narrative.
All right, we have a Fox News alert. James Brennan and James Comey are likely regretting going all in on the Russia hoax now, because DOJ sources are telling Fox Digital that the FBI indeed has launched a criminal investigation into the former CIA director and former FBI director for potential wrongdoing related to the Trump-Russia probe.
I can hear the libs screaming right now.
Oh my God, he's weaponizing the federal government against his political enemies.
When the exact opposite is what's happening here. He's trying to hold accountable the people who weaponized the government against their political enemies. It'd be great if we could get Barack Obama's name on one of these things, or Joe Biden's name, because they're involved, but that's not what's going to happen. It's probably going to stop with Comey and Brennan, former head of the CIA and FBI. And do I expect either one of them to go to jail or anything? No. But what I'm hoping at least happens is that they are publicly humiliated, that even MSNBC is forced to report on this in a way that shows they are guilty. Because it's rather obvious that they're guilty in the sense that did they lie to Congress about what they knew when they knew it? And there's documentation that was released inside the Durham report showing this. The fact that nothing happened after the Durham report other than one FBI lawyer pled guilty to altering an email in order to get the 2017 application for a warrant against the Trump administration, or not the Trump administration, the Trump campaign. It's rather shocking. Look, the one of the main names that was used in order to launch this whole investigation is a guy named George Papadopoulos. He's a low-level, basically like a volunteer in the Trump campaign. The reality was that, according to the Durham report, was that John Brennan and the CIA was using this guy. He was actually under the employment of the CIA, and when his name popped up with the FBI, the CIA told the FBI, no, you're going down the wrong road. This guy is working with us. He's not like involved in Russia. They also knew that the Steele dossier was paid for by the Clinton administration. They also knew that the vast majority of information in the Steele dossier was totally bogus. That's inside the report that these people were talking about it. It's totally bogus, but we need to use it in order to get to Trump. Then, years later, tell Congress, hey, look, those decisions were below me. I had no idea. There's no flipping way that there's an investigation going into the front runner for the presidency of the United States that you, as the director of the CIA or the FBI, didn't know about it. You had to know everything about that. You're not going to sign off on this unless you know this is really solid intel. And what you actually knew, or at least the people just below you knew, was it was totally made up bullcrap. And we weaponized the federal government. We used the power of the CIA and the FBI in order to try to change political history, in order to try to diminish the front runner for the presidency of the United States. That's what happened. And Donald Trump is not ever going to run for president again. So this is not about him per se. It's about what he's always said, which is making sure that this never happens again. The timing of this announcement is very suspect. But the validity and the importance of it is not. This is a huge investigation. I am very excited to see where it goes. Part B, I want to hear more about Epstein. I'm still not coming off it. Are you coming off of it? You can let us know. Hit me up. By the way, on whatever social media you use, I'm at Kelly Nash Radio. I'd love to hear from you.